Good morning, YouTube. This is Los Angeles Prepper here, and I have been busy with school stuff as of late. School's gonna be done in a few weeks, and that's kind of my big number one thing. But I've also been doing some other prepping related stuff. I just signed up for a hunter safety course at my local range. I previously tried to make 3 videos about it that all failed OPSEC. On the first video, I showed what my home address was on because I was clicking on Google Maps and looking up distances. On the second video, I think I showed what my name was, or maybe I showed my address again. And then on the third video, I don't know. I think that maybe the telling YouTube the exact date and time and place that I'm going to be is probably not the best idea. I mean, knock on wood, I haven't had too much of an issue with trolls or whatnot, but you never know, I guess. So hunting is moving forward. My sort of big challenges on hunting are location. And it's actually not too bad of a challenge, but the local forest, Angeles National Forest, although I can hunt there, I can't hunt using I can't hunt certain game using a pistol or a rifle, but I think that discharging a rifle or a pistol, even while hunting in LA County, is kind of separately not really encouraged. But yeah, I think it's just hunting with the pistol and rifle they're sort of not a fan of. I have to look into more of the details. But I can definitely do some scouting in the local Angeles forest so that when I get a shotgun, if I'm looking to get into some boar hunting or some deer hunting, that I can kind of get into that. Luckily, I have another forest near me, I want to say Los Padres National Forest. Yeah, Los Padres National Forest, just a little bit northwest of me. And even though there's a lot of rules in different counties up there, and I think several different counties kind of cross into Los Padres National Forest, I can hunt jackrabbit with my rifle, as far as I understand, up there, my 22. So, and I suspect I can hunt coyote with the 22 as well up there. So that will be an area that I'm looking to explore into, especially because there's just a lot more people in Angeles National Forest. Everyone on the weekend goes to Angeles Forest. Not everyone, but everyone that's hiking, is pretty much going to go to Angeles Forest. Like a year ago or so, I wanted to go on a hike in the morning, and I got up. It was early. I was up at like 4 o'clock. I get in my car by 5. I'm driving out there, and the parking lot was practically full at this height. I was just like, God damn it, And I ended up just driving home, to be honest, which is sort of like uncharacteristic of me, but, and I don't know, maybe I was having issues with like trying to pay for parking and the slips were gone and all the stupid stuff, but I just didn't want to be around a bunch of people. I want to go hike and go be by myself. So I got to get up to a little bit more remote areas in the forest, and I think I'm going to try get some hikes on a Friday or like in the middle. I have class right now, but during the break I'm not going to have class, so I might try some midweek camping trips so that I can kind of avoid the rush. Do a little bit of scouting, see if I can find evidence of some jackrabbits or coyotes or boar, wild hogs or deer or just anything. So looking to get into that. I'd love to hear what kind of hunting you're doing. I know one of my subscribers, PB, does a little bit of hunting and was looking for some deer recently out in the woods. So yeah, we've had, I don't know what the seasons are in your state, but deer season is probably open right now. So I'd love to hear what kind of hunting you're doing. And if you're not hunting, tell me what's going on. Are you busy? Is it too expensive? Are the laws too? I mean, I'm in California, and if I can hunt in California, I feel like, based on the laws that we have here, you should be able to hunt in your state. Unless maybe you live in New York. New York is kind of rough like California, but if you're not in New York or California, the laws about hunting should be a little, and about guns and firearms and stuff should be a little more in your favor. So the second question is, in regards to or the second thing I want to talk about, anyways, is in regards to a shotgun. Um, what are your thoughts on barrel length for hunting deer and boar? It's sort of under 50 yards mostly. At some point, I will probably get a rifle for hunting deer and such, but for the moment, it's going to be a shotgun with slugs. And I've done a bit of research the past few weeks about this. There definitely seems to be a consensus that when you're using that the smaller the type of shot that you're using, the bigger difference in pattern you're going to see from barrel length, but also more from the choke. Probably choke more than barrel length, or at least, probably depends on the barrel length whether or not the choke or the barrel length is going to help. Maybe on a 28-inch barrel, the barrel length affects your shot pattern more than the choke. Maybe on an 18.5-inch barrel, the choke affects it more than the barrel length. I don't know, but so not looking at slugs, but looking at birdshot, buckshot, different gauges in between. I don't know if everything is either birdshot or buckshot, but I know they have BB shot. Maybe they just assign them numbers, but at any rate, so I'm looking at the Maverick 88, and it, as far as I know, comes in the barrel lengths of 18.5, 20-inch, 24, and 28. With, of course, the 18.5 being the home defense, along with the 20, the 24, I think they call their field shotgun, and then the 28 is kind of their other field shotgun. Or the 24 is the sportsman, the 28 is the field. I'm tending more towards the short barrel length since it's going to do double duty as home defense. So I'm wondering, but I'm not, I don't even have any hallways in my house. I have 2 rooms. I have my bedroom, which you can see behind me. I have my living room, which is a big open room. So unless I'm in the bathroom, or unless I'm my one doorway, this doorway right here is basically the doorway that I would be going through. So my shotgun would be locked in my case in my closet, and then I would, God forbid somebody was trying to break in, I'd call the police, grab my shotgun. I only have to walk through one doorway, so I'm not super worried about maneuverability. I'm not trying to walk through my doorway with a shotgun sideways. I'm going to be holding it like this. So, it's, for me, not with a lot of hallways where I'm living right now, I'm not super concerned about that. That's one of the things that a lot of people with... So I guess so for me, maybe it's not so much, I guess the question is what is the best barrel for hunting hogs, considering that I'm probably going to be in more thick, densely areas. There's a lot of stuff that's in the forest that's not dense, that's kind of just out on open land and more desertish, kind of like one of the videos I shot a few weeks ago. There is a lot of land like that, but up in the higher elevations, the forest gets a little bit thicker. So, but I'm really not looking to take shots more than I'm going to be somewhere in the range, preferably 10, 20 yards, maybe up to 30 yards, but definitely not past 40 or 50. Until I'm getting to a point where I have nice tight groupings at that distance with a slug. So, and I'm not, although I do plan on doing some hunting, the coyote, I can use the shotgun for the coyote with some buckshot. So I am somewhat concerned about buckshot pattern, but I'm not, and I do, I want to keep the possibility open to do fowl, some bird game, small game as far as bird hunting, but I don't know, I'm just not, bird's probably better eating than coyote and rabbit, but I don't know, I really don't, to me, rabbit and coyote is just sort of a little bit easier to get into at the beginning, because I know what a jackrabbit looks like, I know what a coyote looks like, but with the birds, there's a lot of different types of birds. You got male birds and female birds, and they both look a little bit different. I don't know. I just look at the bird hunting as monumentally more challenging, especially because, they're moving and they're going into the air, and you got to be really careful about, where you're firing a shotgun so that, the rounds, aren't going to endanger anyone else. So, bird hunting just seems like kind of it just seems a little bit daunting at the moment to just make that like my first hunting priority. So I plan on, getting into hunting, focusing on jackrabbits and coyotes, because the season is open, because they're a lot more plentiful. Um, I can go for the rabbits and coyote with sort of a similar buckshot load, a similar setup, a similar choke. So I'll keep this video short, but what do you think a good shotgun length is? What do you think the shortest shotgun length, barrel length I should go with? Um, Mainly for jackrabbit and coyote, but keeping in mind that I'm going to open up to doing some fowl stuff, some game and bird in the future, and that I want to keep options open for bear and deer. Now, of course, I was looking at a combination short barrel, long barrel, but if you presume that I'm not going to do any bird hunting for maybe a few months, that maybe I can buy the long barrel separately and I don't have like an urgency to have the long barrel. Do I need a 28 or a 24-inch barrel for coyote, jackrabbit, boar, or deer? Or can I get away with a 20-inch barrel or an 18.5-inch barrel for 10, 20, 25, 30-yard shots with a slug, either a standard slug or a rifled slug? Both the 18.5-inch and the 20-inch barrel are not rifled. They do not come with a choke on them. I'm not 100% sure if a choke can be fitted. I don't think so. I don't think they're threaded. I'm still trying to do research into that. I know that the 28-inch has, I think, a choke installed. I'm still kind of looking into the 24. But really looking for some feedback on what do you think the optimal barrel length is. And, considering the Maverick 88 has the flexibility of the different barrel lengths, maybe your answer is, look, just go with an 18.5 or a 20-inch for the short range and go for a 24 or 28-inch for the long range. Don't try to make a 20-inch barrel do a 20-inch barrel job, and don't try to make a 20-inch barrel do a 28-inch barrel job, But if I was going to try to do everything with one length of barrel, even if it didn't do it perfectly, like if I had to keep my short length barrel range down to 20, 25 yards, I'd be okay with that, But let me know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe. Really appreciate your feedback. And I'll see you next time.